Hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving from the Coach's Corner. We're here at the Tivoli Tap House, where they have great food and, of course, great beer. I'm Brenda Vazquez, along with Hector Cervantes. Hector, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you. What are you going to have for Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, we're going to have un pavo así bien grandote, ¿sabes? Así bien rico. What about you?
Like a stuff? Are you going to put stuffing, or are you just...
Yeah, we're going to do everything. We're going to have like a big-ass table con todo, ¿sabes? Y a ver qué pasa, ¿sabes?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I'm going to have yet because my mom hasn't told me anything, but we'll see.
It's going to be a surprise?
I think it's going to be a surprise.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So who are we having on the show today?
So you see, actually, for today's Coach's Corner, we're going to have basketball, all basketball. So if you love basketball, this is going to be the perfect show for you. First off, we're going to talk with Coach Tanya Haave, who is the head coach for a women's basketball team. And moving forward, we're going to be talking with our men's head coach, Michael Bahl. So their first game took off. Their first game took off last week, and they actually won that game. So we're going to be talking about that game, and we're also going to be bringing freshman forward Laolu One. So we'll see
It's going to be a great show.
how it unfolds. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than basketball in Turkey and at this time of the year, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this week. Before we bring on our first guests, let's catch up on everyone on what took place this past weekend on Roadrunner Sports. After defeating Black Hills State in the first round of the RMAC tournament, it was on the semifinals where Coach Glenn's squad took on Dixie State on Regis' home floor. This one was all Roadrunners as Kayla White and Alexis Brenda led the charge at the net. The team as a whole tallied 10 blocks to hold the Trailblazers to an .076 hitting percentage. MSU Denver takes the match 3-0.
So it was into the RMAC Championships game against Colorado Mines, and Gas League at Regis moved the match to the Roadrunners' home floor. This was a thrilling match as both teams went back and forth in each set, but it was the Roadrunners who came up short, falling to the Ori Diggers 3-1. Kayla White and Really Lightkey both earned all-tournament team honors for their great play over the 3 games.
Speaking of championships, cross-country superstar Alden Gridell ventured to the West Coast to compete in the Division II National Championships in Sacramento, California. The junior would finish 20th after finishing 158th just one season ago. She would earn All-American status for the first time in her career and finish the race in a time of 20 minutes and 48 seconds. Great job, Alden.
And as we mentioned, our men's basketball team earned win number 1 on the season by defeating Northern New Mexico 77-74. Drews Asa led the way scoring 22 points and pulling down 7 rebounds. The Roadrunners shot 35% from the field, but hit close to 80% from the free throw line to come out on top.
So now we welcome in head coach from women's basketball team, Tanya Haave. Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for being here today.
Same to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
week.
What are you going to have for Thanksgiving dinner?
All the traditional turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, all that. Eat
Nice.
too much as always. So, what about you?
Probably tamales.
thing.
I don't know yet, but hopefully it is. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So your squad had has a couple of games this week, home games. So how will the team celebrate Thanksgiving, since especially those players who may not reside here in Colorado?
So most of the players that aren't living here, that aren't from Denver, I know one girl is from Casper. She's going to go home. And then the rest of them that are too far away, I think their parents are coming in. So we've got everyone covered, a place to go for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
So it'll be fun.
So, Coach, you already have a couple games under your belt. What have you seen from this team that excites you about them moving forward to the conference in a few weeks?
I think the biggest thing that I've seen from them is their resiliency. I mean, it's been a really tough non-conference schedule. I mean, I think as of last week, and I haven't seen this week's scores, but I know that as of last week, everybody we played hadn't lost a game. They're like 14-0. And I know a couple teams didn't lose this weekend, so very, very tough non-conference, plus 3 NCAA tournament teams. But we want to challenge our players that way to play good competition, and we played a really tough exhibition game last Saturday. So they've been very resilient, keeping their heads up, know they're getting better, understand the situation. So that's the thing that's impressed me the most.
And someone that's been really resilient is Jaden Galloway, who is a sophomore. She has stepped to the forefront and is leading your team in scoring and assists and three-pointers made. Is she playing with a lot of confidence?
Oh, she has a lot of confidence, and she has been, and she had a ton of experience from last year as a freshman, and she, not only does she do all the things that you had just said, she also, we also make her defend the best perimeter player each game. So we're asking her to do a whole lot of things, and she's really coming through, getting some great experience doing that.
Good. And is there any other players that have surprised you this season?
Not really. I think it's still pretty early because we've played. There's people, you know, one person that's really done a great job, and I have to remind myself sometimes that she is a freshman, is Jayla Richardson. She's had some really great games against really good teams. She had 17 points and 9 rebounds against Lubbock Christian, which is the defending national champion, and they're ranked number 2 in the country right now. So she's doing some really great things against some great competition. You know, Bree Wellington, our only senior, she's coming through with some consistency. Still can get better with that, but she's really doing a good job. So I think it's such a new group that they haven't played together. So learning, I am definitely as a coach learning more about them and what works and what doesn't work every day.
Yeah, it's hard at first just to like being able to get used to each other,
Right.
but you guys will get there.
Yes, and
Yes.
you know, you learn a lot in practice, but you also learn a lot in game. Practice and games are just different. So the pressure of a game. But again, they've been real resilient.
Cool. So what are some things that you want your team to work on at this point in time?
The biggest thing is consistency. They have shown some flashes of wow, just literally wow, really, really good. And then some other things not so wow. So consistency. So if our keep the highs where they are and the lows not as low and not as long. So I'd say that's the biggest thing, consistency.
So can you give us some quick thoughts on your exhibition match against Concordia on Saturday? I know you said that they're the defending champs in the NAIA.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of
They
thoughts?
play a style that not many people see. They press and they run and they play their zone, and it's a style that not many people play, and they're very deep. So it was really a great challenge for us. So it really pushed us to the limit. They forced 35 turnovers a game, and we had 37 turnovers. However, I do think some players playing that style really grew a lot during that game. And some players that are in new roles that are coming from secondary roles to primary roles really did a lot of growing up during that game. And what's great is that it's an exhibition, we're at home, and it didn't count, but you know, rarely are you satisfied with a 16-point loss, but a team like that with it's a senior-laden team that have played together for 4 years. I thought we really got a lot out of it.
Cool. So in that game, Jayla Richardson recorded a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. So she actually didn't play on your squad last year. So can you tell us what she brings to the table in terms of basketball?
Well, she's from a basketball family. I don't know about her father, but her father played in the NBA for 14 years. So she's from a basketball family, loves basketball, very talented, you know. And I'll add, she had 6 assists, so she was 4 assists away from a triple-double. She's in her 4th or 5th game as a college basketball player. Again, she's having one of those games against a really quality opponent. So I think it's just her love of basketball and just her competitiveness that she brings to our team.
So speaking of Concordia and your non-conference schedule, it was quite the tough schedule for your squad to face so far. Some coaches might be hesitant to test their squad so soon. What were you hoping your team would get out of facing such a high-quality opponent so early in the season?
Just seeing what that level looks like, because that's where we want to go. I think we have the talent to do that, but see what that looks like on a night in, night out basis, and what we need to do. And so I think they're seeing that, and I think they're learning a lot from that. And I'm not afraid to do that, to challenge them. So we're challenging them, and hopefully I believe it will pay dividends down the road.
Of course.
So, Coach, what's coming up for the women's basketball team this week?
So we have our Thanksgiving tournament, the Cherry Creek Classic, I believe it's called, or the Holiday Inn, Cherry Creek Holiday Inn Classic. And we're going to play Northern State on Saturday, team from South Dakota in the Northern Sun Conference, and then Central Washington from the GNAC Conference in the Northwest. two quality teams again, but I'm glad we're at home. We're at home 3 of the next 4 weekends. So I think we can get some, I'm hoping to get some momentum. But we're excited to be at home on our home court playing, our, it's our home opener on Friday. It is our actual home opener, so
Cool.
excited.
Yeah, so what are you expecting to see from your team or your squad?
I would expect to see some more growth, that we're a little more confidence. The one thing you worry about playing the schedule that you do play is their confidence. Oh, when are we going to win a game? What do we need to do to win a game? Confidence. So today in practice, getting on them, but also letting them know, hey, you're good. You're good enough. You are good enough. So
Cool.
Well, Coach, great luck this weekend and have an incredible Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here.
Thank you as well. Thank you to all the to you guys and all the Roadrunner fans. Also, happy Thanksgiving.
So before we take our first break, it's time to bring you the tweet of the week. It comes from the university's account at MSU Denver. It's wishing everyone from the Roadrunner family a happy and safe Thanksgiving. School is out for the week, but our basketball teams are busting their butts to bring home a couple wins this weekend. Time for that break, but we're coming right back. More of the Coach's Corner.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Kochman from the track and field team, and you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Welcome back, and before we talk to Coach Bahl, we want to remind you that you can book your next event right here at the Tivoli Tap House. Not only do they have an incredible menu, but they also have amazing beers they brew right here at the Tap House. And is there a better view than downtown Denver right out of their windows? We know you have that holiday party coming up, so visit info@TivoliBrewingCo.com or message them on social media and make the Tap House your home for your next big event. So now we say hello to Michael Bahl, the head coach for our men's basketball team. Coach, thanks for hanging out with us.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Of course.
So we asked Coach Haave this question, but with home games this weekend, most of the squad will not be heading home. So what are you guys planning for Thanksgiving?
You know, this will be our third year. We actually do a big team meal. We'll have about 40 or 50 people there, our team, and then some of their families coming to town.
Okay.
And we actually have a big meal on campus. So right around noon or so, and it's been pretty good. It's been, like I said, for the past 3 years, and it's just a good way for the guys who don't get a chance to go home and their families come in to sort of have everyone together.
So there's going to be a lot of food, huh?
Yeah.
Does that mean we can come over?
More the merrier.
Cool. So, Coach, let's talk about your first game of the season last week. It was actually Wednesday, and you picked up your first win of the season. So you told us that this competition is actually hard. So how does it feel to get the first win out of the way? Is it like relieved? How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't know if relief is necessarily the answer. I think it's more. I said this before, winning is very hard, and I think sometimes we've made it look really easy over the years, and sometimes people make it look really easy, but it's not, you know. So I think it's just the way the game played out and the way our guys had to fight through, and we got a lead, they came back and tied it. We got stops when we needed to get stops or made free throws, which we haven't done in the past. You know, it was really good to see the fight and the grit that we had. And I was just really happy for the boys to get the first win of the year.
And how crazy was that first half from Northern New Mexico, who shot close to a 70% from the field? What was going through your head when the opposing team was hitting everything?
You know, you got to weather the storm, and we tell our guys this. I mean, when people come into our gym, they look up and they see the national title banners, they see the tradition and history. So we're going to get everyone's best game. You know, no matter who it is on any given night. We don't take anything for granted, and give credit to Northern New Mexico. They came in and they were shooting right around 30% from the three-point 3-point line, and they end up shooting over 50% for the game. The kid made that shot at the end of the half that sort of went in, and that's sort of how the first half went. But it's something to be expected, and you know, we get everyone's best shot, and I was just really happy for the boys and how we pulled through.
Yeah, so the stats themselves showed how hard it was on the game itself, right? Going back and forth, just hitting and hitting. So can you tell us how you kept your boys in the game, in the moment?
You know, we have a lot of veteran guys, and I think last year really helped us. We were in a lot of close games last year, and I think that experience sort of trickled over to this year. And in those moments, the worst thing you can do is panic. You know, the situation you're in, this is what it is. It might not be the situation you wanted to be in, but you sort of have to live in the moment as a coach and as a player and just say, guys, this is where we are right now, and this is what we have to do to get the job done. And, you know, luckily our guys came through for us when we needed them the most.
So Drew Sasa, who didn't shoot the ball very well in the first half, he hit a big shot late, and you said shooters got to shoot, right?
Yep.
So what adjustments did Drews make in the second half to bring you guys the win?
You know, I think one of the biggest things with Drews is he's got to let the game come to him. You know, he wants to please so much, and we know he needs to make shots for us, but I think he just has to let the game come to him more. And I thought in the second half he was letting the game come to him. Everyone was getting touches, and his shots are going to show up throughout the game. We don't need to force them. And he's just doing it because he wants to help the team, you know. But I think Drews is a senior. He's been in the traps a long time, and we trust him. I trust him. And he knows that he has the green light when he feels comfortable, let the shot go. And I think, you know, that's a senior making a play for us, and I thought it was a big play for us.
Yeah. So our boss, Eric, over here, he said that he loved, quote unquote, we haven't shot that well from the free throw line in the history of the program, and you actually ended up hitting 19 out of 24 in this game.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
It's the game really is pretty simple. You know, if you make all your layups and free throws, you have a 98% chance of winning. You know, it's not the three-point shot that wins games. It's the little things, you know, and we've struggled from the free throw line in the past. We shot, I think, some 64% last year from the free throw line, and that's obviously not very good. But I thought this year the boys are just getting a little bit more mentally tough, and they've been through little experiences, and they're putting the work in. You know, so for us to make free throws when we need it the most, it really shows the hard work's paying off.
Of course.
Cool. So we're gonna have actually low-key, a freshman, later on in the show. He's from Aurora.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about him?
So Laolu was. We recruited him when he was a freshman. He redshirted last year for us. He comes from a very good program, high school, Overland High School, who's produced quite a few really, really good players. And Laolu's sort of the next in line in terms of what he brings to the table. He might not be a guy that just goes in and scores, you know, all the points or whatever it is, but he's the guy who's going to make the effort plays. He's a guy who's going to make the right pass when the right pass needs to be made. He's going to step in and take a charge when a charge needs to be made. So he's just a winner. He comes from a winning program, and that's probably the best compliment I can give someone is he's just a winner. He knows what it takes to win.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, MSU Denver announced that they were going to air some games on Channel 20, which is a big deal considering that we live in the top television market. When you heard that news, what went through your mind, and how good is this for the team and the university, you said?
I couldn't be more happy for our guys, you know, but this goes back a long time, back when Coach Dunlap was here, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the tradition that he's instilled, the winning that he instilled, that Metro is sort of a household name when it comes to basketball, especially in this area, in this market. So for us to get on TV like we are, I think it's just a great experience, not only for our guys, but for the university as well. You know, we can sort of showcase our brand, and people respect hard work and kids doing things the right way, and I think hopefully our team portrays that, and people can really resonate with that, and the university can resonate with that.
So, Coach, it's time of that time of the show where we try and stump you with a couple of trivia games. So now you didn't do so hot last time.
All right.
So you still have a chance to grab a couple points. So,
right.
Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here is your multiple choice question. Who is the men's basketball program's all-time coaching leader in wins? Is it A, Mike Dunlap? Is it B, Derek Clark? Or is it C, Michael Bahl, aka you?
I wish C, but it's got to be A, Mike Dunlap.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
you got it correct.
So, Coach, we're gonna give you a bonus question.
All right.
Yeah. So, for a bonus question is, how many wins does Mike Donald have? So if you this is
If you're
open,
close, we could also give you a point.
Okay, it's got to be 200 and it's got to be 231.
Yes, take it, Eric.
that is pretty close.
Take it.
Yeah.
You guys
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Call a shot.
It was 248.
200.
I was like-
I was gonna say 250.
Oh, you should have. See, you have to trust your first
We're gonna
guess.
give it. We're gonna give it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, let's give it a
I
go.
need those points.
Yeah. So, Coach, thanks for playing the game, and we wish you and the squad a happy Thanksgiving. We're going to be there, so
Awesome.
you're waiting
Awesome.
for us.
Looking forward to it.
So, one more break to go, but stay close because we're going to get to know Luoki up next on the Coach's Corner.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hi, I'm Jessie Chapa from the cross country team, and you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
So glad you're back with us, and now we welcome in Laolu from the men's basketball team.
Yep.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
It's a pleasure.
So before we get to know you a little bit, you have to help us with your full name, a little more difficult than Laolu, right?
Yeah.
We had a couple of like hard. Yeah.
That's honestly not my full name. My full name is Laolu One.
What is it?
Laolu One.
Laolu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
unique.
And what heritage does your name stem from?
It comes from Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're actually a local kid from Aurora. Sorry. I want to say Aurora, Aurarian. So I mix them
Aurora.
up. But anyhow, you're from Aurora. So tell us what made you choose Metro over at any other school or university?
I chose Metro because, it's close to home. So my parents can still come watch me play. And it's like I'm the hometown kid. I'm one of there's only two of us that are in this area, from Colorado. So it was just home. So yeah.
Does it make you feel special that you're one of two only?
No,
from
it
here?
really does.
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually think I'm one of one because I'm really close. Aurora's only 20 minutes away, so I feel like I'm the only one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it says on your bio that at roadrunnerathletics.com that you're majoring in business management. Is that still the case, or are you hoping to start your own business someday? Or
I would love to have my own business, be my own boss. That's the goal. I
Okay,
don't like
so-
taking orders,
so if you do want to start your own business, why don't you convince me to buy this pen?
Oh, this pen right here. Okay, you see this pen here? You have 4 different colors on there.
Okay.
Black, red, green, blue, whichever one you like. It's only 99 cents. You get 4 for one, honestly.
And why do they put like
25
4
cents
different
each.
colors, or just?
Because whatever you're feeling that day.
Oh,
you're
so
feeling,
blue would be like a sad day, red, loving
Kind of
day.
angry,
Oh, okay.
Blue, yeah, you feel me?
I buy it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It doesn't have.
Would you
pink,
buy
though.
it?
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's my pen. She took it from me, now I took her, so we're even kind of now. She has 4, technically, as you said. So talk a little bit about Coach Bahl. Is he more like Bobby Knight, or is he more like John Calipari? If you know those coaches, of course.
Bob Knight, I don't think I know who that is, but
I just heard he's a crazy
Yeah.
oh,
right?
yeah, that's Coach Bahl for sure. Coach Ball's on edge at all times.
Really?
Yes. I like it though. I like that coaching style.
Yeah.
You really got to get to your team, and you got to put your foot down sometimes.
Yeah.
So we know that you didn't get to play last year because you had a red shirt. But how was this season? How has this season gone for you? Has it been what has been the biggest challenge for the season, you would say?
Honestly, I don't think there's very many challenges except the fact that I could play now. So it's really different. Last year, I was on the sidelines sitting.
Yeah,
So I
it's
wasn't.
hard.
Yeah, it was just hard not to be able to play. I was just watching. But now I'm actually in
the game,
tune.
actually
I
doing
can play. I can actually do it now. So it's better.
Yeah.
So can you give us your thoughts on last game from Wednesday? New Mexico actually came out and just was hot, But you guys ended up taking the fat W, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So can you give us your quick thoughts?
They came in hitting a lot of shots. I was like, wow, this is not what I expected at all. They were shooting like, 80% or something, and like over 50% from three. But I was just telling them we got to stay calm. We got to continue to play defense because defense was games ultimately. So as long as we play defense as a team and continue to stay together, then we'll be all right, and we were all right.
So you think you can assume the position as a leader? From what it looks like,
I really do think
natural-born
so.
leader.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a natural-born leader.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of fact if they'll listen to me or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't seen you play or practice, what can fans expect out of your game? Which NBA player do you most emulate?
If they haven't seen my game, I play really hard. An NBA player that I kind of compare myself to, Montrezl Harrell, the type player. If you guys know who that is, plays for the Clippers. He plays really hard, rebounds, everything.
Tough,
yeah, tough player. But yeah, that's the type of player I am.
We're gonna come watch you play and see if that's true.
Come on.
Oh man. So how are you gonna spend your Thanksgiving since you live right next door? Are you gonna go home?
Actually, I'm not gonna go home.
Oh man.
I actually plan on spending Thanksgiving with one of my teammates and his family.
Okay.
Yeah, I got really close with him, so I'm just gonna spend time with his family.
Nice.
Okay. Are you gonna invite us?
If y'all want to come, come on.
We already have 2 places to go to.
Yeah, we're gonna jump from one place to another, and then my family, and we're gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
So what would be the biggest difference from your squad this season to get back to the RMAC tournament?
I think we need to play together and just keep on having trust in each other, and then I think that'll ultimately get the job done. If we just trust in each other and trust in all our abilities and just come together as one, then I think we'll be able to get to where we want to get.
Gotcha. Hey, so you were mentioning that you wanted to start your own business, right? But you never said what kind of business. What would that be?
Oh, that's tough. I'm not very sure yet. I haven't thought that far. I'll get back to y'all, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming to the show, and have an awesome Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Eat a lot of food. So before we head out, and the snow hits, let's tell you what's coming up next in Roadrunner Sports. It's all basketball this weekend. The men's team will have 3 games in 5 days. The first hosts Colorado College on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Then the day after Thanksgiving, the Roadrunners will host Eastern New Mexico at 7:30 Mountain Time. They'll finish things up with a fight against the Mavericks from Minnesota State Mankato on Saturday.
The women's team will welcome in Northern State from South Dakota on Friday at 5:30 Mountain Time. Then it's Central Washington who will come out to the Auraria Event Center to battle Coaches Haave's squad on Saturday. Come on out to the gym and cheer the Roadrunners or watch them online at roadrunnersathletics.com.
And who won our Student Athlete of the Week? After earning All-American status at the Division II Cross Country Championships, the answer is Alden Grudel, who finished 20th at the big race. It is the 4th time that the junior has earned the Student Athlete of the Week award. Alden did amazing. So it is time for us to wrap another show. We want to thank Coach Tanya Haave, Coach Bahl, and Laolu for coming to the show. For Hector Cervantes, I'm Brenda Vazquez. We'll see you next time on the Coach's Corner.